Hey everybody, welcome back to Meals with Marsha. Today we're going to do a squash casserole. Now this is a seasonal thing that I like to do, and because squash in the wintertime is just really not that good. I've been making this recipe for about 2 years now. I found it from my stepmom, Deb. She made it and she said she found it in Paula Dean's cookbook. So I'm going to show you guys what I did. I did go ahead and saute the squash and the onions just to save time. I put those in a skillet and it took 17 minutes. And what I did is I took a tablespoon and a half of Crisco oil and I put that in this nonstick skillet and I cut up the squash. I had 5 to 6 medium squash. I did 5 today and 1 medium onion. This is about the size of the squash that I used. I did 5 of those. And then I did 1 medium onion. It says to slice it thin. And I wanted to show you this is how I sliced the squash and this is how I sliced the onions. About that thin, okay? So just so you'll know, but I did this to save time, so it takes 15 to 17 minutes to get this to what it needs to be. So I just wanted to show you that. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in this big bowl because we're going to mix everything together so we can get our squash in the oven. My husband loves squash. His favorite is fried squash, but he does enjoy this squash casserole. And we have planted some squash in our garden this year. Of course, that's not come in yet. And I always make squash pickles if we have enough, and I'm excited to have, we've got like 12 plants out there, so surely I'll have enough squash pickles. All right, so to this, we're gonna add, like I said, I'm gonna have to look at my recipe book today because I only make this seasonal. 1 tablespoon of butter. I have that in my little butter keeper here. These are great, 1 tablespoon. I bought these for like 15 bucks at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. This is great. People's like, well, you gotta keep butter in the fridge. As long as it's covered, you can keep it at room temperature on your counter, but it needs to be covered. So I use that. It's called a little buttery is what it's called. All right, and to that, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I just bought the store brand. That's fine. I'm gonna put that in there. And the good thing about a casserole is you just throw everything in there and mix it together. It's pretty easy. And then we're gonna do 1 cup of mild cheddar. You can do sharp or medium, whichever one you like the best, but I had mild. That's what was on sale. So I'm gonna do 1 cup, put that in there. I'm just gonna stack my dishes as I go. And then we're gonna do a 1/2 cup of sour cream. And I just use the store brand, no big deal, whatever you got on hand. I'm gonna put that in there. Okay, and then we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Like I said, I'm having to follow my recipe. All right, put that in there. And then we're going to salt and pepper to taste. All right, salt. And I did salt and pepper when I was sauteing, but there's no kind of soup or anything in this that's going to add any salt. The cheese is a little salty, but you really want to make sure you salt and pepper it good because you want it to have a good flavor. All right, to your taste. And then we're going to stir this around till it's all combined. Looks kind of like goulash is what I call it, but it's a good goulash. It's going to be great. And you stir it all together really well. Like I said, looks kind of like goulash, but it'll be good goulash. Now I have my casserole dish over here, and I sprayed it with nonstick cooking spray, if you can see. And then I'm going to pour this in. Spread it around evenly. Now let me go back and look at my recipe again, make sure I didn't forget anything. Nope, I'm doing good. Hold on, grab my hands real quick. And then we have 1 sleeve of Townhouse crackers. Now you can use any kind of buttery crackers, Ritz, store brand, whatever, but Townhouse is my favorite. So I'm gonna mash that down till it pops. And then it gives you a lot of room to mush all that up. Squeeze those crackers up. And it usually pops it. That's perfect. And then we're just going to sprinkle this on the top. All around. Okay. And I'm going to smooth it out. Get my squash down in there. It's trying to get away from me. And smooth all that around. Now we're going to bake this in the oven at 375 for about 20 minutes or until it's bubbly on the sides and the crackers are brown. So I'm going to take this and put it in the oven. guys, I'm gonna check my squash casserole. It's been in for about 25 minutes. Let's look at it. And that looks perfect. The sides are bubbly and the crackers are brown, so we'll be eating that.